Hi, hello, it's Leilani from the Bible in 1 Year. We are reading Psalm 32 today, and this psalm is all about forgiveness. Now, we all know that it can be so difficult to say what we have done wrong, confessing our mistakes, especially to the people we have hurt, because it puts us in an extremely vulnerable position. We are basically admitting our responsibility for the pain that we have caused other people. And that vulnerability in itself can be powerful enough to stop us from asking forgiveness and continue to allow ourselves to walk in guilt, as we never admit that we have sinned. Now, this psalm encourages us to confess our sins so that we can experience God's forgiveness, and there is no uncertainty of how God will respond to us, because he is more than willing to forgive and lift away any guilt. 1 John 1 verse 9 says that Jesus is faithful, willing to forgive our sins and to purify us from all unrighteousness. Now, David says in this psalm that forgiven people are blessed. Fortunate is he who has forgiveness of his transgressions continually exercised upon him. Now, when we hide nothing from God, God won't count our sins against us. For we know when David speaks of anything in the Psalms, it is often out of personal experience, for he had to ask forgiveness multiple times. And as we choose to seek forgiveness, restoration is already awaiting us, but the confession of sin is the path to it. Now, there was a story during the Rwandan genocide in the mid-90s that the entire family of a woman, and I'm going to try pronounce her name, is Imasil Ilibagiza. Her whole family was murdered in a mass homicide. Now, this woman chose to forgive the people behind the death of her family and went on to write a best-selling book entitled Left to Tell, and she found the Left to Tell charitable fund in order to help children who have been orphaned due to this genocide. Now, Rwanda's history was marred by a tragic culture genocide, and yet decades later, healing and reconciliation has begun throughout the whole country. And this is such an incredible reminder of the power of forgiveness to heal not only individuals, but also communities. The power of forgiveness allows us to live freely, being completely set free from any bondages that held us back in the past. And even though confession makes us vulnerable, it can almost often seem unbearable. But it was precisely when Jesus became vulnerable unto death that our forgiveness and life was secured. I think we will all experience a moment where someone begs for forgiveness in our lives, or when we plead for forgiveness, and we need to know that there is no length that God would not go to forgive our sins, because he already did. He did everything. Now remember, as far as the east is from the west, so far he has removed our transgressions from us. Until we read together again next week, be forgiving, be blessed, and goodbye.